Hi there. So, finished a 2-0 defeat for us today against Aston Villa. Your thoughts on the game?
You know, this is my first ever game.
Oh, bro, I'm
I
sorry you came to see a defeat like
came
that for
all
your
the
first
way
game.
across the pond to watch and saw a loss. It's okay though. It's okay. First half I thought they had it. And then that's just how the Premier League goes. Sometimes they get the best of you.
Yeah, we know
And
it's a really
especially after Liverpool lost, and then that was our chance.
yeah,
Yeah.
we know it's a really difficult league. There's so many good teams, even the teams down the bottom, the likes of Luton. We've seen how good they are this season. We saw earlier today Crystal Palace going to
Yeah.
Anfield and winning. So coming into this game, we know Aston Villa are a good team. They are right
Yeah,
up there.
yeah.
It was
They
always
have
going
our
to be
number
hard.
too. Yeah,
It was always
yeah.
going to be hard. But what do you think was the cause of the defeat today? Would you say it's the tiredness, mentally and physically, from the Bayern Munich game? Would you say that it was the pressure going into the game as well, or would you say
Yeah.
just down to Aston Villa playing really well?
I think a little bit of inexperience, right? Because we found ourselves in this position last season a little bit, right? Like we have these chances, right? Like where we can just take it. We just didn't take it this time, And I think being back in the Champions League, we're learning, right? It's part of the process. It's just the next stage, I think. If we don't win it this year, that's okay. But I think Arteta is doing what he needs to do because we wouldn't have found ourselves in this position last season. So
Yeah.
I'm okay.
And again, as you say, it shows the progress because last season we challenged, and then to back it up this season to be challenging again, doing
Yeah,
so well in the
yeah,
Champions League. So
yeah.
it shows that it wasn't just like a one-season thing
Yeah,
last
yeah,
season.
yeah. It's not a
We are
fluke,
getting
right?
better,
Yeah, it's not a fluke. So anybody saying that we're not doing what we need to do, I mean we're basically undefeated in 2024, right? So I mean to come here at one loss all the way into April, it's insane to me. I mean, if you've been supporting this team for as long as I have, um, you know that there's been a few bare years where we're losing quite a bit, but so anybody getting mad right now, like just I don't know how to say it other than just be grateful for Arteta. That's all I can say.
Yeah, what did you think today of these line-up and the substitutions? Some people are quite critical of the substitutions, especially. What were your thoughts?
Uh, well, I mean, I guess I would need to know what you mean.
So
You
a
could
lot of
have
people are
started.
saying that we've seen that with Havertz up front, we've been scoring a lot more goals. There was
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. The starting lineup was a little weird for me because suddenly Havertz is back in the 8, right? So that left center mid position, and he hasn't been there. So I didn't really know what the plan was, especially with no Jorginho, right? So if you had Rice and Havertz in the midfield, it would they probably weren't used to it, maybe. So you could say Arteta got the tactics wrong, maybe, but he was planning for something that Emery was doing, and I think the first half showed that. Honestly, if the chances we had in the first half, I think we could have won that easily, but just a couple mistakes, and that's all it takes in this league. So,
And then the other one was Zinchenko started ahead of Kyria.
no, sorry, say that again.
The other one was that Zinchenko started ahead of Kyria.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of controversy around Zinchenko. I think I think the problem is Kivior was doing very well, right? So he's playing a lot of games, and then suddenly he throws Zinchenko in, and maybe he's rusty, um, and there's a couple of mistakes, and that happens. But you have to bring your starters back in at some point because Zinchenko is what makes us tick. When he's really going, that sets us apart. So I'm okay with it.
Okay, and the substitutions that he made in the second half.
Tommy and Martinelli, and yeah, I had no problem with it. And well, Smith Rowe was weird because I thought maybe he's looking ahead a little bit, right, to Bayern. So he's getting Odegaard a rest. Um, Smith Rowe, I think, is probably the future man, honestly. But he didn't have a great game today, unfortunately.
Okay, and sometimes they have that saying in games that if you can't win, don't lose. So we could see we were struggling to break down Aston Villa. Do you think we should try to keep it a bit tighter towards the end instead of pushing forward too much and leaving the space for them?
No,
Just try and get out of the draw.
No, because especially because Liverpool lost, you just got to go for it. You got to go for it. I mean, either Man City is perfect or they're not, and if they are perfect, then you can't beat them anyway, right? Like, so I think at the end of the day, it's okay that they went for it. They got the second goal, and that sucked, but that's all you can do, right? You gotta go. I'd rather see my team go for the goal.
So now it is an advantage to Manchester City. They are 2 points ahead, having been 1 point behind both us and Liverpool. What's your thoughts on the overall title race now?
I think history has shown that Man City just goes and goes.